Mikhail Gorbachev a bit later, but let's turn to you now, Tony.
No worries, thanks, Michael. High-profile sports personalities are often targeted by trolls on social media, but you don't have to be a famous sports star to fall victim to online hate. One of the world's top football stars thinks he has a solution. Former Manchester United and England player Rio Ferdinand has thrown his support behind a new platform called WeAre8, looking to reset the tone for users. And he joins us now from London to explain just how it all works. Rio, thank you so much for joining us this morning. First off, you've obviously got a massive following on your own social media. What's your relationship like with it?
My relationship with social media is it can be toxic one day, it can be great another. I think that's like everybody's. Everybody in the world, whether you're a sports person, you're someone in the public eye, or you're not. I think we all have very similar kind of relationships with it. And anxiety is a big driver with social media, and you feel very much judged when you're on there. So I was very much looking for a platform where I could go, you know what, where's somewhere that I can feel safe, feel comfortable, feel free from hate, that is also good for the planet, puts money into other people's pockets, but celebrates the good in life rather than having a negative impact on people, which is always the case when people come off of social media.
That was going to be my next question. It was so interesting reading about the platform, and it's the antithesis of what all of the other platforms out there are. And how does it plan on, you know, as you said, how does it plan to put money back in other people's pockets, be better for the planet and alleviate hate?
Well, first of all, you have to have different companies, and Australians and UK's biggest companies are kind of joining us now, like Suncorp, SBS, Dove, Rexona, Coles, Telstra, etc. They're on the platform, big and small companies, but what they do is they then create adverts that go on the platform and people can watch those adverts. I think it's between 2 to 8 minutes a day that they can watch them, and then money goes into their pocket just from watching those adverts. It's like any other social media platform. You can post pictures, videos of what you're doing, real positive stuff, and there's no hate on there, which is a great element for me, because I've got young kids. Many kids out there feel very pressurized to put the perfect scenario, the perfect picture, the perfect day on social media, and it just quite isn't like that, and it becomes an unattainable goal for these young people to kind of get to, which isn't real. And this is where WeAre8, I think, is definitely changing the model in that sense. It helps people give money in their pocket once they watch an advert. It helps the planet as well. And it is the only sustainable media platform there's out there as well. So it ticks so many boxes for me.
No, it ticks a lot of boxes for sure. As a parent, you said you've got young kids. What's it like trying to encourage them to I guess try to be themselves in this world where so much is curated? You only want to show, oh, these are all the good things that are happening. It is okay to have, I guess, bad days and not always be at your best.
Tony, I think it's like all of us. I think you become almost like I have to show my best case scenario, my best side of myself, and it's so fake, it's so false. There's so much damage being done to young people that I feel that there needs to be, like you said, the antithesis of what's out there already for these young people to go to, and that's where WeAre8 becomes a solution to so many of these problems that we encounter through social media. Young people now, they're sitting there. You can watch a kid sometimes. I'm driving around London on London transport. I see kids sometimes sitting there for 15 minutes trying to get the right picture because they're just so scared of putting the wrong one on there. And that can't be right, surely.
No, you're right. It absolutely cannot be right. 15 minutes isn't long enough for me anyway. Ria, the app sounds, or the platform, I should say, sounds amazing. But before you go, I can't not talk to you about football. We're about to, well, obviously the Qatar World Cup's coming up, but the one that a lot of Australians are really looking forward to is the Women's World Cup that's going to be held across Australia and New Zealand next year. Now, the Euros have just been over there in England. I know. It took the women to bring it. It took the women to bring it home, though, Rio.
Come on.
But how exciting is it for oceanic football? I still don't think people out here realise just how big this is going to be.
No, listen, it's crazy. And people say England's the home of football, and it's dominated by the men. Yes, it has been for years, but listen, this country was taken over in win the Euros, and the women's team, they went on to be successful and win it this year. But this place came to a standstill, and everybody was engrossed in the women's game. And it's going from strength to strength, and I'm sure it'll be the same in your country over there in Australia, where at first maybe some people will be like, what is that? What's going on there? And then it just takes over because, yes, your team's got to be successful, but the girls are just so talented. The way the game is played over there, the amount of people that have now been influenced. I went for a walk with my family earlier around the park, and there's young boys and girls playing football. So the impact that it can have, and it's the impact afterwards as well, that you think, hopefully it has that positive impact in the country. And that right now, the women's game is going from strength to strength. And what I would say is that all of the companies, the commercial companies, please put your money where your mouth is and back this sport, back this game, because it needs it. It needs needs to be amplified. It needs the exposure, and your time, your money, your effort, and your desire that matches the women's game and the women that play the game is really, really, really needed, because it is a wonderful game to watch, both men and women.
Rio, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about WeAre8. It sounds amazing.
I'm going to come out there soon, man. I'm coming out with the WeAre8 guys. Sue Fennessy, who's an Australian, she's the founder, an amazing woman. I'm coming out there soon with her, so watch this space.
Well, fingers crossed we cross paths, Rio. Great to have a chat, and you have a great rest of your evening.
Take care. Thank you very much, guys.
Rio Ferdinand there. That is a bucket list item for me.
Yes. Indeed. Well, great chat, Tony.
Let's get him on the couch.
Yeah, I know. Well, we heard that he's out here.
Yeah.
Just
I think he was up for it.
Yeah.
You want to hear besties by the sounds of it.
Yeah. That's what I'll tell Mum.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic conversation. Thank you.
No worries.